Hello, everybody, and welcome back to College COD Alpha. My name is Proper. Join with me is Cruz, and we have ourselves one final matchup for you all. If you're just now joining us and you miss the first two matchups here on the Alpha stream, give you a quick little recap. Illini Blue, they lost to UNI Gold 3-0 to start things off. That was a top cut matchup in the North Central region. Then we moved over towards the Southwest region for a B divisional matchup between Texas State versus University of Northern Texas, of which it went to map number 4, saw Texas State being able to dominate in the response to close that one out. And now we move ourselves over to the Pacific region, cruising. Oregon Green, ranked number 21 overall versus number 12, Colorado Boulder Black. This region has a lot of talent to offer, and this is one matchup that when I first started casting split number 1 that I was licking my lips at. I could not be any more excited to watch these two teams face off against each other.
Yeah, we have a perfect match to close the night out. Both teams sitting at 9-0 right now. Both teams in our top 25 right beside each other. This is a battle for first place in the division. And I mean, like you said, this should just absolutely be a good one. I think the only thing, if I'm looking at these two teams that I might be scared about is just, bro, we're going to be up all night watching this one. I have a feeling we're seeing game 5 out of this.
It's very possible. I mean, when you're thinking about these two teams, right? You're both 9-0. You create a lot of ruckus inside of this A division that was strictly looked at for Arizona Wildcats being inside here. A very early go ahead of things as far as power rankings. I saw ASU Maroon and Arizona Wildcats is strictly respected right next to Colorado Boulder Black. A lot of teams have been looking at this team, but Oregon Green have been certainly making their remarks inside of this region. And New Mexico State University, that esports roster is quite determined to be able to be that top split team to be on the lookout for. But going in towards the next split, looking at the opposite side of the division, I mean, California State University, Long Beach, ASU Gold, Grossmont, all teams you got to be aware of. And if there's one thing that you're not only fighting for when you're looking at going in towards the top cut, with your head held high being number 1 coming out of your division, it's how do you pair up against tougher teams? I think that's what we're mostly looking at for Oregon Green and Colorado Boulder Black, to be able to see what it looks like when you end up having the pace being dictated back and forth. When you do have the sub pressure between Oregon Green and Colorado Boulder Black, what do these two teams look like?
Absolutely. And I mean, both these teams have looked very impressive. Like you said, how both these teams have looked against these two tougher how they look against tougher opponents, I think is really, like you said, going to be a good factor in this match. I think something else that's really important to talk about as well is both these two teams combined have only lost 5 maps throughout the entire year so far. So speaking of maps, we can take a look at our maps and modes that we're heading to right now. It's going to be Moscow Hardpoint for map 1, Raid for map 2 for the Search and Destroy, heading to Raid again for Control, and then it's going to be a double dose of Garrison for maps 4 and 5 if we go the distance.
This is going to be interesting to be able to see how rotations are going to be dictated, how the middle of the map is going to be contested, and what teams are going to be looking like as far as breaks and setups, all the way up to the upper echelon. I think all the way up to the CDL. How many teams that end up being sifted through as hard setup teams or hard break teams? And I think that's what we're going to be, again, thinking about going in towards these top cuts and even playoffs further down the road for College COD. What are the profiles really coming down for these two teams? Given that we are moving in towards another GA rule set, sees the XM4 moving away. Keep in mind, because this is still a split 1 matchup between Oregon Green and CU Black. We are still respecting the former GA, so the XM4 and the barrel attachment for the 74U will still be played, but it's going to be a strong showcasing for them because this is New Moscow, to be able to see what they look like as far as rotations and for those setups. A lot of time can be given over for P3 if you're able to hold those setups for the headies on library and over by P2 with the police station.
And like you said, because we're using these XM4s, they are very dominant on this map. We've seen it in our last series. If you're able to hold on to those big headies with them, it just makes rotating between P2 and P3 so much easier as well, which are going to be your 2 money hills on this map that you absolutely want to try to lock down. And if you're able to lock them down and be able to hit the rotation on over, you're going to be able to find yourself up 100 points over another team very early in this game. This map can absolutely be very, very much so a swing map in terms of points, being able to be grabbed on these 2 money hills.
And Moscow Hardpoint in between these two teams, if you wanted to get filled with a little bit more stats, as we had a little bit of a break for the lobby, which is if you're wondering why we're just sitting here filling for time and giving you all the information for your evening, this is why. But it's still collective 4 times between these two teams. 10-0 overall for Hardpoint for Oregon Green. They are 2-0 on Moscow Hardpoint. But on the other side of things for Colorado Boulder, They're also 2-0 on the Moscow hardpoint. And they're all split one. Again, when you're thinking about what these two teams had to go up against, they had to go up against ASU Maroon and then SU, Arizona Wildcats, all very strong teams, whether it's Respawn or inside the search, but they pretty much all got through unscathed. Again, 27-3 overall map record for Colorado Boulder Black, 24-2 for Oregon Green. They are so close statistically that even when you go down and look at the KD ratios in between these two teams, they're just so neck and neck, which is why we are just filling up this matchup, which is so much charcoal to be able to see how much heat it's able to burn off.
I think one thing that's actually really scary that we haven't touched on with Oregon Green yet either is that all their hardpoint KDs are sitting at over a 2.0 right now as well.
Yes.
So they are definitely. I didn't get a full chance to look at that before this because we were kind of rushed into this game, but damn. I mean, capped off with Taven sitting at a 2.73. So, I mean, definitely what you want to see. And then if you look over at the side of CU Black, everybody else still sitting very respectively. Their lowest player sitting at a 1.31 in hardpoint. So, I mean, nothing to be shabby about.
Right.
By any means, though.
It's still better than what I would do. That's for sure.
You and I both. Proper. You and I both.
Definitely respected on that front. But I have seen the CU Black roster play before. If there's anybody that you wanted to watch out for, I think that you're probably going to be watching out for Apocalypse. They have probably one of the most sexy stat lines throughout the entirety of all game modes. 2.03 overall for hardpoint KD, 2.21 on that search and destroy, and the 1.92 on the control. And it's the ability that Apocalypse is able to do. It almost seems like every single time that they're that clutch player that CU Black currently have on their roster, that when they're put in situations where it's like, well, you got to find 3 kills. Yeah, Apocalypse sometimes is that player. And when it comes down to these maps and everything that we have to play through all of these modes, it can come down for a lot of those players. Some machine gun, XM4 because of the GA that we're playing with, or even a Crig 6. For goodness sakes, you put it in the right hands of the player that they're able to flip that pressure point around and turn that into a map win. But hearing the ticking in my noise, which sounds like that all players are inside the lobby, so I believe that we are getting underway here again. It's going to be Moscow Hardpoint for the specific regional match between Oregon Green versus CU Black. If you're just now joining us here on the CCL channel for the Alpha stream, here in week number 6, we are preparing for split number 2, looking to see what these top cut teams are going to be able to showcase for ourselves. We had that little bit of a taste. Just a little bit of a taste earlier on when we started off our broadcast with match number 1 in the North Central region. Had a top cut matchup between Uni Gold versus Illini Blue. That was a 3-0 thrashing once we got off of the hard point, which ended in a 4-second victory for UNI Gold. If you missed it, go back and watch it because although it ended in 3, it was still very competitive, but we are ready to go. No more filling, just gameplay for us here. Well, until the map is over, but Moscow Hardpoint is underway here. Last matchup of the night here, crew. CU Black versus Oregon Green.
Thank God. I don't know how you just did all that, but man, I got a higher appreciation for you now. Both teams going to be starting off here. It's going to be Oregon Green in the green, obviously, and then CU Black in the white. And, I mean, both teams are just jarring for position here in the middle of the map at the moment. Looks like the side of Oregon Green are going to have a very good chance of actually being able to flip these spawns out right now, but unfortunately for them, one of the players on the side of CU Black are going to spawn up on the right side of the map, and he's just going to push all the way back. It's going to be Mr. Pro there. He's just sitting back, waiting for these players, but it's going to be Tavin now on the hunt, trying to break these spawns.
I would love to get some help sooner rather than later. Jugster is trapped inside the police station, but he's the police officer. He's the sheriff of Moscow. This is their town. Excuse me. Nice little 2-piece coming on through, and that means that CU Black are able to work their way inside of P2, setup that they could potentially looking for. Nobody inside of top police. Oregon Green are looking like they want to hit this through the boulevard side. Juxter says, yeah, this is fine with me. I'm fine with getting a little bit more kills. How about number 4? Yeah, that's fine with me too. 5-1 for them for the start so far. 50 seconds still remaining inside of P2, so you know Oregon Green, they would love one more good attempt to break inside the hill.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, the way that it's looking, they're just zoning it out so perfectly right now for the side of Oregon Green. They just are, sorry, for the side of CU Black. It's really only Zip here for Oregon Green. He's the last player up, and it really looks like they're going to just decide to chalk this to maybe try to hit this one more time. But at this point, is it even really worth it when you're going to die and you're going to have to push all the way back through? If they're able to get these kills, maybe, but not going to be the case. So if you're player number 6 now and you're Zip, yeah, you're just going to play for mid-wrap kills and really just try to push this all the way through. And then now if you're CU Black, you should be realizing that these players aren't going to be pushing through. Leave one player there and make your full rotation on over, as they just basically got a perfect 60 there, well contested all of P1.
Oh, a big moment there for D-Nerf. He's unable to find the kill. Quick trades coming through. Apocalypse had their back. Regen's about to be coming through, and some Streaks also getting called in. Yeah, the very early streaks. Artillery strike will be earned here. That was by Jugster. Get off of a fantastic start for them. Didn't find the immediate openings, but at least you know where players are going to be located at. Big 2 kills do come through. The hit, not immediately successful through the front. Those close spawns, a little bit too hard to break into, but Oregon Green struggling to keep themselves alive on the hardpoint. Apocalypse, making this a struggle for them. And you also have Norte that is helping things out over by the escalator side, but here comes the green hit. It's a 3-for-1 trade, of which Oregon Green are able to stand tall. 25 seconds now remaining. D-Nerf is just going to give it one last good go-ahead. It's good for at least one, but this contested time, this is not good if you're an Oregon Green fan, because look at the rotation. Once we move over towards P4, CU Black are starting to zone Oregon Green to be trapped inside the situation, and it's just not enough time that Oregon Green were looking for off of P3.
Yeah, I mean, what CU Black has done on these first 2 maps so far, they've just done a great job of being able to, on these first 2 hills, or even on the hills where they aren't getting a lot of these time, they're just doing a great job of just getting full contests in. I'm sure Norty just spotted that player out, so that call-out's going to come on in soon, too. He's going to be set up inside the bus now, not able to find anything. Some nice shots from Taven over the top as they look to try to break on through this and just power their way through the front of the map. They're able to grab 2 there. A little bit of a split spawn coming in for them as well, as they're going to spawn in the bottom of that boulevard. But, I mean, CU Black, they've got a lot of work to do to try to break on into this hill.
It's going to be tough for the setup. Taven, big kill onto Norte not to get set up inside the bus. Apocalypse just hanging out inside Elbow. Will lose their life. 25 seconds remaining inside of P4. 83-40 is the current score tally between these 2 teams. Nice kill comes through from Jugster. Will step on side of the hardpoint for the time being. Booyah. See ya. Will now get sent back towards the spawn. And again, nice setups and breaks coming through for CU Black. What a first set of hills for them. And you would love to have a little bit more than a 50-point lead, but still not in a bad spot. 14-5 for Jugster. 10-8 for D-Nerf. Shots coming through from behind them will be able to get away with their life, but they will be here for the initial time. CU Black for P1.
Yeah, once again, here for the initial time. They've done a great job so far of just really being able to get a lot of time here. Zip trying to push on through, not going to find anything as well. It's really just going to be up to Tavin to just try to make a little bit of a play here in the middle of the map on this globe, but not going to be the case as D-Nerf going to push through. He grabs streaks for himself as well. He's on 7 in a row, 1 more, and it should be full streaks for him. And, I mean, if I'm him at this point, you just got to play for the streaks, right?
You got to play for the Screws Missile, yeah. That's why you see him going prone, trying to read where the spawns are coming from. They got the communication that their teammates were spawning inside a gold alley, so you got to shift your focus towards cutout. There's a player behind the globe. Can't lock down the kill on a zip, but still has your artillery strike. You got to remember that when you're breaking inside of P2. So, CU Black, they got an ace up their sleeve, and that's by way of artillery strike. But Oregon Green done a great job of contesting P1 and zoning away CU Black after flipping the initial spawns. But nice little scramble coming through for CU Black inside of the Metro. We'll actually have Oregon Green continuously zoning them away, having those spawns over by Square, Police Station. This is the setup that they're looking for. Booyah with that Square setup. Crick 6 is going to play over by the bench. Player number 2 of Apocalypse will hit Taven from the side. That could open things up over by the boulevard. So Zelos be the immediate player to read this. Apocalypse throws a bow, was able to keep their life, but the initial hit out from Laundry and Apartments, yet not a successful one. So CU Black, they gotta be slow, methodical when they're working their way here, but they're doing a great job of just pressuring out Zelos inside of that police station. He's able to find the kill. Now Oregon Green, they're spotting closer towards the gold alleyway, spotting all the way out. Numbers advantage, CU Black, successful break.
Man, I thought that I thought that Oregon Green was really just gonna turn this game back around for them there, but not going to be the case. A little bit of a pinstripe kill feed coming in there. But, I mean, again, it's just been CU Black just holding on to these spawns. They were able to flip on, win all the gunfights here again. And if you're Oregon Green, you're just chalking the last of this. Not the worst case scenario. They were able to get around the first 20. Second 20 went the way of CU Black, and now the scrap time also going to go the way of CU Black here as they look to push on out. It's going to be a 3-man hit through gold for the side of CU Black as they try to break on into this. I think that they know that there's a player over towards this bus here. It sounds like streaks are coming in, so I'm assuming they saw him on the streaks to be able to call him out as 3 players push to try to pick him off of that. That's the player that was going to be watching the cross there, and now all 3 players are going to be trying to make the push to the back.
Just like you said, great usage of the ping from the artillery strike, and then the initial bomb droppings pushed all of Oregon Green inside of Laundry and inside of Elbow, but they're doing a great job. Closer respawns over inside of Metro and towards top escalators. It means that reinforcements could cause some ruckus here for Oregon Green, but not enough to disrupt the close spawns inside of Library that CU Black were able to find in their successful break. Now 18 seconds remaining inside of E3, 160-94, the current tally between these 2 teams. And as far as setups is concerned, Oregon Green, they're looking for the immediate setup. Would love to find this kill. D-Nerf says absolutely not. Could open things up. Going through the Metro side will be Flash for the time being, so Zelos knows the D-Nerf is in fact here. Turns around the corner, they will lose their life. But the fight going on inside a bank might just be an Integra one. Zip's going to be able to find that. Jugster to the Diamati will be traded on out by Zip. So initial time is going to be good, you would think, for Oregon Green, but you got to make sure that you turn around in time because CU Black, they just spawned over by the globe. Now they're hitting this from the front side of things. Mr. Apocalypse is trying to keep their life for as long as possible, only has 5 bullets to play with, immediately picks up the Craig 6. Now it's over towards Booyah, inside of the bus. What can you do with this power position? Going to be a great help from their teammates aside of things. And still 30 seconds remaining, but every single time that Oregon Green seems like they have a setup here cruising, it's just pinstripe kill feed. Contested time from CU Black, not allowing them to get comfortable for hill time.
Yeah, it just feels like CU Black's coming away with every single trade right now. I think one thing that everybody needs to also take a look at is that the game clock as well. We're heading down to a minute 59 left on it now. So the longer things stay contested, it's just better and better for the side of CU Black with the lead that they have right now. If you're Oregon Green, you got to get a good setup here in this P1 hill, and you got to break on into this very soon. Otherwise, this game is going to get very out of hand. Already down 60 plus points. And I mean, you got Jugster Pro, as you called him out earlier, the police officer. He's been running wild on this map. He's 25 and 14, having a great game out of him so far.
Town ain't big enough for the 8 of us. 25 and 15, like we were talking about. And again, close spawns will be here for CU Black, but the game clock might just be the first go ahead of things. Past 200-point threshold, though, RCU Black tested hard point. Side of P1, Apocalypse, nice little finesse, get some help from the side. With trade, Zelos trying to keep themselves alive is going to be able to find that kill. Nice help from Booyah. So now they get themselves inside of Metro. Love to be able to get this time, but there's always a thorn in your side. Always a 74U trying to pinch this, trying to be an absolute nuisance, but good help. Oregon Green actually split their affairs. They're keeping players on P1 whilst having Tavin working their way inside of Green. Trying to zone their way inside of P2. It's unsuccessful so far as players from CU Black work their way inside of P1. They're just zoning away Oregon Green. They should have the initial setup, and they do for P2.
Yeah, and I mean, the first time we've seen this setup from the side of CU Black, it was a full 60 for them. So Oregon Green are going to have to be better here. But as 3 go down, make that all 4 now. You're going to take that 3-for-1 trade every time for CU Black as they're able to wipe them out completely. Now 30 seconds away from winning this game. And I mean, if you're Oregon Green, you need a break right now.
Got to try to break in. Jugster, decent shots will be traded on out. You got to try to break in through. It's going to be Zip. Next rally, next hope of things. But nope, Apocalypse says you're not getting anywhere close to this hill. No siree. Norte spots players coming down from escalators. It will be cut down. Now 3 players trying to flood. Out from Green. Jugster trying to lock down this kill. He won't be able to find the kill. Diamati's going to be able to good for the final blow. Has multiple players in front of him. How about another? Quick reload on the Diamati. Close spawns are going to be good. Jugster, Mr. Do-It-All. Quick little re-break comes on through. CU Black win 250 to 137.
Wow, CU Black. Just said see you later to Oregon Green and their undefeated map record on Moscow Hardpoint. That was just... honestly, just almost a flawless game. Pretty much as flawless as you can get on a map like Moscow, where it's so tough to be able to string hills together. They were just time and time again able to really just jump on and contest a lot of big time for the side of Oregon Green. Every time they got a setup, it was either a pinstripe kill feed coming down back and forth, which CU Black would come out on top, or they would leave one player there and he would just contest all the time by himself, it felt like.
Early streaks were earned in that match too, and it's just, again, when you talk about a map like Moscow, when you talk about a mode like Hardpoint, you put them together, what comes to mind is a lot of submachine gun pressure, and boy howdy, I tell you, Jugster was doing a lot. That map for CU Black made the rest of the team look oddly comfortable, and again, every single time they Oregon Green, they got the setups, they just continuously were getting broken from the front. They were allowed to keep close spawns if you go back to P3, even P4 at times. They were close enough to be able to contest the hard point, but CU Black did a great job of just zoning away Oregon Green, so that way they couldn't get significant hard point time, and that was the biggest difference maker in between those two teams. So that's the hard point, done and dusted, CU Black with the map advantage. Now we move over towards the Search and Destroy on Raid, and with that being said, it's going to, again, come down to the middle of the map. How are you going to be able to shut down the rotations? How are you going to be able to find these first bloods? And I'm not going to lie here when I think about this cruising, that watching the CU Black roster play a Search and Destroy before, can't look even further than Apocalypse and Jugster. They're nasty.
I mean, Jugster's the reason they won that first game and got off to the hot start that they did. We saw that nasty two-piece he popped inside Police. So, I mean, I don't doubt that he'll be a first blood machine in this game. I don't know why, just for some reason. Obviously, I haven't seen either of these two teams play yet, but I just have a feeling, just from his play style in that hard point alone, that we're going to see just him absolutely running rampant on Raid. But talking about Raid, as we look to head over towards our Search and Destroy, both these teams coming in, once again, undefeated on this map. Oregon Green coming in at 4-0 on Raid Search and Destroy, and then CU Black coming in at 3-0. So, I mean, not too shabby themselves as they look to get off to a good start here on the Search and Destroy. Like you said on Raid, it's really going to come down to getting that mid-map control. It's very important on Raid to be able to have it so that you can decide whether or not you want to push towards that A site or towards that B site, and especially on defense, mid-map control is the most important.
Overall, for Search and Destroy, not a bad first split for either of these two teams. Oregon Green 7-1 overall, 9-1 overall for Colorado Boulder Black. But I mean, like we're talking about, when it comes down to this map, somebody's going to be walking away with the first L. And it seems like we're going to be saying that a lot towards the end of the first split and going in towards the top cut. But all players are ready. We're locked and loaded for Raid Search and Destroy. Who's got the moxie? Who's got the grit? Who's going to end up showing us a very interesting strategy going in towards the top cut? Because at this point, again, when you're thinking about it for these two teams, these are some of the top dogs, if not the toppest of dogs within all of the Pacific region. Yeah, the toppest of dogs. They have a nice little crown. They got like those, like the high bling chains that you can get for like your Pitbull and your Doberman. That's how I see these. They
get like the glasses coming down and the thug life on them as well.
Just yeah, exactly. Dogs. Even though their mascots are nowhere close to being dogs whatsoever. But when you're thinking about this specific region within its own self, next to ASU Gold and California State University Long Beach, their black roster, this is a great test to be able to see what you can take away from either of these two teams. So you Black look dominant in the respawn. How are you looking for the Search and Destroy going in towards the top cut?
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. And very fast push here coming in from CU Black. Jugster Pro actually going to be the player carrying the bomb. Not fully the role I expected him to be in, but bomb going to go down nonetheless. It's only Tavin over here at the moment for the side of Oregon Green. He's able to pick up one to start this round off here. And it looks like the rest of Oregon Green are looking to just try to make a push on through Zig. It's going to be Zip. He finds one as well, so it's just going to leave player Jugster Pro all by himself. He's got the bomb plant. He made a lot of big plays in game number one. Can he do anything here? Not going to be the case. That's going to be a very clean round and a very clean retake for Oregon Green.
A clean retake, flawless retake. Not a single player dropped. I don't even think a single one needs a Band-Aid, let alone a heating pad, though I'm sure they would like one. I think that you do get that quick plant. It becomes a very tough thing to keep in mind that what's your post-plant setup? Didn't see an immediate player go inside top bedroom. They didn't have a player zoning away open staircase. I mean, Oregon Green, they just quite literally sprinted towards that bomb site and found all the kills along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, usually when you see that bomb go down at A and you have the player set up top bedroom and you have a player set up in the bottom of the bedroom, it's usually very easy to hold on to a bomb site. Not going to be the case here. It looks like Oregon Green as well going to elect to head towards that A bomb site. It's gonna be Z-Loss carrying the bomb now. Zip just trying to get a first blood over middle of the map. He's able to find one, and this should be a pretty easy bomb plant. I take that back. D-Nerf off screen. It was able to grab one from the money window. So now it's gonna be a 3 versus 3, but a big flank coming in from Jugster.
Oh, D-Nerf goes down, so now it's only Jugster left alive for CU Black. They have a 74U. Right idea. Picking up the Craig 6. Oh, nice shots on the Zip. Not good enough for the kill. The bombs still drop, by the way, but the moment that try to make a play happen, Oregon Green, they collapse. They'll find that last immediate kill, and they'll find themselves up 2 rounds.
Yeah, can I just say how much I love the name Lil Booyah? It's a, it's a great, it's like
such a fun name to say.
Yeah, it's a great ad. I love that. But I mean, nonetheless, Oregon Green so far making a good bounce back here after that disappointing game one, nonetheless for them. Going to be up 2-0. We'll see what CU Black decides to do here on their offense. It looks like we're seeing more of a mid-map hit here. It's just going to be D-Nerf watching towards the middle and a little bit more of an aggressive hit coming in from CU Black towards this B bomb site. They're able to find one onto Z-Loss here. So it's really just a staggered push at the moment because Oregon Green has so much mid-map control right now still.
Oh, that's caught timing. We see it because of the X-ray. Apocalypse gives up the angle. Booyah inside of Laundry. Gets a couple wall bangs as they try to exit. All good trades coming on through. All good numbers advantages as a 4v1. Lil Booyah's last known position. The whereabouts have been confirmed. Back tiles and Laundry. So yeah, you just plant this rock. Trying to flush out this last player for Booyah. I hope that D-Nerf finds a kill. Yeah, bright idea for them just to challenge that. Get that 3 kills over towards D-Nerf, and now you have the potential to work towards the streaks if you could stay alive this upcoming round.
Yeah, I felt like that was a much needed round win from from CU Black there as they look to try to claw their way back into this game a little bit here. They're only down 2-0, so I mean, not a big deal, obviously. But picking up an offense, always a nice thing to do. It's Norde, just notably starting off 0-2. Z lost on the other side for Oregon Green, also starting off 0-2. So very similar stat lines, honestly, looking down the sides. So it's really just going to continue to come down to who's going to win these trades and just continue to get mid-map control. And once again, looks like we're going to see a bit different of an offense coming from Oregon Green here as they head towards the B site. Zip, again, though, going to get first blooded here on this round as Jugster Pro looks to try to get aggressive here onto the white van.
That first blood is going to slow up Oregon Green considerably. They're trapped inside of red. Can't give up middle of the map. But you see even player number 7 of Tavin on the mini map is just so close to D-Nerf. He was just expecting a push coming through from Zig, but they're just communicating for Apocalypse. You see them on the X-ray working that flank, but Booyah on the other side of things is able to take down Norte. So that could open things up to potentially work their way through to their understanding. But to their knowledge, of which there was a lack of there, Jugster was still alive on the boxes, just smoking targets left, right, and center. Is on a 3 spree through a handful of rounds. And, yeah, Tavin, what are you going to be able to do? Here's the footsteps. There's a nice little jump coming through. D-Nerf would love to be able to find that kill, but now it's Jugster. 4 spree for them. Potential to work towards streaks.
It's a good thing that wasn't Jugster that fell there, because, I mean, he literally sat at this white van the entire time, and you're telling me these guys are just going to give him free picks like this? I need to see this gunfight. This is the one that we were like, oh no. Just some absolute beautiful shots from Jugster Pro there as he was able to finish off that round. And I mean, there we go, tied up at 2-2. CU Black already making some very good adjustments to be able to come back into this game. If Jugster's able to possibly find streaks on this, he's been carrying the bomb through these first 2 rounds. I'd expect him to be carrying the bomb again here, and it's going to be the case as they look to head over towards this B bomb site now. And right now, it really only looks like it's 2 players for the side of Oregon Green that are here. One's already going to fall. Little Booyah! He's going to fall as well as Jugster Pro looks to push his way up. If he gets his bomb down, I think he's going to have streaks.
2-for-1 trade, and yeah, you're absolutely right. If this bomb does get planted, it's going to be close to artillery strike. Yeah, very close. Just about another kill will do it. So they're going to pop up inside top laundry. The first gunfight versus Tavin is going to be good for it. Artillery strike, just a mustache's hair away, cruising. Just a sliver. Just a sliver. But 3 rounds in a row for CU Black.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there. I really thought that he was going to be the player to pick that one up there, but not the case. I'm still a little bit confused on how streaks work in this game sometimes, man.
You definitely don't get as much for the plan as you did back in say Black Ops 4. So
yeah, that's for sure. I think it's got a lot to do with the multiplier, but nonetheless, a 6 spree and his team on 3 in a row now as they've just absolutely taken back control of the pacing in this game. We'll see if he's able to find these streaks, but it's going to be a very fast first blood from the side of Little Booyah as he's able to grab one for Oregon Green. And yeah, he found one, so he's going to have streaks now. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough for both. No, he's now going to be that little hair sliver off of the cruise missile.
That was so brass stonesy just to hit through mid when you're playing through streaks or through the B site. Pops up inside red for that first blood, but Booyah. Answers are on back. 2-for-1 trade. 2v3. Zip still carrying the bomb. Is going to push out from the kitchen side. Has backup from ARs. Norte, there's any time to be able to find your first kill in the search and destroy. It might just come through defending the spiral staircase, but that's not where the offense of Oregon Green decide to go. They're going to put themselves inside top laundry. Jugster, did he see him? I'm not too sure that he ended up...
He definitely saw them.
Okay, all right. Good. So yeah,
here comes the
artillery strike. Yeah, get off my site.
Oh, why would you run into the site? That is probably the worst thing that you could have done if you're Oregon Green, but he's going to fall to Z-Loss. It's just going to be Jugster Pro by himself, but this is the player who you definitely want in a 1v1 situation. He's able to grab one. He only has 11 seconds left to work with here. Just going to try to run away as Oregon needs to get the bomb down. Oh, he did call in the cruise missile. I didn't even see that.
And I'm indifferent about that call. Did it secure the round win? Yes. Could it have been used later? Absolutely. But you are down to about 8 seconds to where you could have just ran away 2 seconds if you needed the regen, and then you poke back out from tiles. Absolutely, and you just check the bomb. Let alone the last player alive for Oregon Green just there's no way that you knew where Jugster Pro could have potentially been re-peaking from. But yeah, 10 spree for Jugster Pro. Uses both their streaks. Will start working their way towards a new artillery strike and a cruise missile, which they both earned and used in that previous round. It's going to be a B hit. Going to be starting with a quick plant, but yeah, nice shots from D-Nerf. Opens up this A site, but numbers advantage for CU Black. What's their post plant look like?
This is the difference of the first round to this round, though. They do get the bomb down, but they do have a great post plant set up here. All the players from the side of Oregon are going to be trying to funnel through this little staircase. But he catches a great timing through Zip here. Going to duck underneath, not able to find the kill for himself. And this should be CU Black being able to pick up this round win at this point, you would think. That's going to be Norday grabbing his first kill of the game, sitting at 1-4. Only going to be Zelos left. He falls as well. So 5 straight rounds now to CU Black. What are these search and destroys we're getting today?
Well, it's even just like you say, you broke it down so brilliantly. You had Norte, that's your win condition, right? You're up in top bedroom. That's what we missed in that first round, was the post plant setup from CU Black. They execute it. They get the quick plant off of the initial first blood. And then they just get the post plant setup that you just always wish for over by the pool.
Oh, okay. Jugster did finally fall. I was about to say, did he even fall in that round? He was on 10 in a row, maybe 11 at 10 that off.
Yeah, but, yeah, 11 straight for Jugster. I mean, like, you are reaching raid boss status. Yeah, that is Mr. Do-It-All. MVP for CU Black status.
Yeah, you absolutely can't ask for anything more. Oregon Green now looking to take this bomb towards the A site. And Apocalypse with a nice first blood there. D-Nerf heads on over to try to help him out. But, I mean, no help is really needed as Apocalypse able to grab his second of the round, and it looks like Oregon Green, it's all falling apart for them here. Up 2-0 in the search and destroy, and after 5 rounds in a row, CU Black looking to close it out.
Yeah, they might just do it here. Big kill on a D-Nerf. Yeah, nowhere to go. Jugster is hunting you down. 6-2 the score line here, and it started off so well for Oregon Green, but CU Black, I'm sorry, Jugster was went absolutely AWOL, and again, not to say that the rest of the team didn't play their roles, right? On that offensive round, Diener finds a fantastic first blood over inside the money window. You had the win condition for Norte there at the very end, and Apocalypse, flexibility as it may be, does it with the 74U XM4 in certain instances on that hardpoint. Moscow pulls out the Crig 6 over by the basketball courts there. This CU Black roster, I can definitely see why it's very highly respected and why they're ranked number 12.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I don't think you're even wrong to put that all on I can't remember his name now.
On Jugster?
Jugster, thank you.
Yeah.
On Jugster for winning that game. When you get 11 kills in a row through 5 straight rounds, I mean, you can't ask for anything more from the man, putting the team on his back, and CU Black just running through Oregon Green there, able to pick up that game win. And I mean, they've got a stranglehold on the series now proper.
Yeah, it's almost at that point. Just like, so what do you all want to do for the control? What side are we getting again? Yeah, we'll end up seeing how that might end up being the case. It's going to have to be a reverse sweep here for Oregon Green. CU Black currently lead 2-0 in the series here in the Pacific region. This is an A division match. Say what you will, both of these teams are guaranteed to make their way inside the top cut regardless. A battle to see who's going to be able to get the moxie of that first place findings. But we're going to throw things to a very short break. And when we come back, it's going to be control rate, potential closing of this series. We'll see you on the other side. Hi, friends. Did you miss us? It's Proper joined with Cruisin' here for the final match on the Alpha stream. Pacific region has Oregon Green down 2 maps versus CU Black. We move over towards raid control. And, well, if it's anything like coming off of CU Black on the Moscow hardpoint, they were definitive, quite decisive in how they were able to find the kills and what they were doing as far as map position.
Yeah, and I mean, just to kind of talk about the map very quickly as we head on into it, both these teams sitting with 1 loss in the map. Oregon Green sitting at 3-1, CU Black sitting at 6-1. So CU Black has definitely played this map a ton. They know what they got to do to be successful on this map, and we'll just have to see if they're able to do it again here. It's going to be 2 players who will be able to drop kills for the side of Oregon Green as they look to hop onto this B hill now. Only player really that's here at the moment is Mr. Apocalypse, but he's been great for them today. He's able to grab 2. Zip able to push on around the side and grab another one off screen as well to kind of slow this push down for the side of CU Black. So they try to make the retake over here at B. But I mean, 1 tick already comes on through. Nice gunfight win there in the middle of the map. But looks like the side of Oregon Green now choosing to head over towards the A site.
Player number 6 of Apocalypse tried contesting before the pinch came through. Norte through pillars. won't be able to keep their life for long. I'll guarantee the second tick of progress over towards A. Pinch coming on through, however. Jugster. Of course it's Jugster.
Of course.
Stops that second tick from coming on through. Mr. Flank 'em all. Has a 1-on-1 start, but damn if they've been having a fantastic series. But Mr. Apocalypse is starting off hot here on raid control, 6-4. And yeah, the name is rightfully deserved, shooting quality beams out of the Crick 6. We saw all in the Search and Destroy and to start off this map, but now we're down to 29 seconds where the clock will be stalled out. Over by the B zone will just be Z-Lost, the last player left alive, and second tick won't be accrued. See you Black with a 2-life lead now. See Oregon Green stopping the zone stopping the clock, excuse me, on B yet again.
Oh, they got a really good chance to get this, though. They 3-stack it onto the hill, so they should be able to get this. Yeah, so the tick is going to come through, but at what cost? They're down 3 lights now. They don't really have a great amount of map positioning. Wow, big wins off screen, though, as player number 3 was able to find 2 over towards the A site. So that's going to guarantee them at least a little bit of time over there, and a big flank possibly now coming in, too, from Little Booyah. As he comes off of that B site, he's going to drop those as well. But, I mean, they've already got 2 ticks. Make that all 3 Oregon Green. Those gunfights that they won towards the bottom right side of the mini-map off spawn to be able to spawn the rest of his teammates up on him were just so huge. I think it's this gunfight right here.
Yeah, Tavin just playing it out from driveway. He's able to find themselves in a very, very good spot. They're just laying prone, soaking up, getting controlled.
They literally won them the round.
And, yeah, those handful of kills, they spawned all the way out by basketball courts. You're just not making it there to contest in time. Not with how fast you're able to get that zone capture. So nice opening from Oregon Green. Again, if there's one control map within the pool that you will see more offensive round wins more than anything, it will probably be on raid. Just the way that the map works, you spawn parallel to the zones, and we'll see you Black spawning parallel towards B. Naturally so. Strike that one first.
Jugster Pro going to be the first player in now. Already getting contested, though, from a bunch of different players. He's just going to lay down and try to come away with his life. Zip with the possibility of being able to make a big flank here, but not even going to need to do it as the rest of his teammates were able to pick on a couple of the kills there. And, I mean, he has a really good chance now of just trying to get into the face of CU Black, but unfortunately for Oregon Green, nobody was over towards A, so the spawn out not going to happen. All the players from CU Black are going to be able to hop onto A. Second tick of progress will come in before anybody on Oregon Green is even able to get any close.
So you just got to chalk this now. If you are on the side of Oregon Green, don't give up more lives. It is close, so you just defend this B zone. Jugs are just trying to finesse through jungle, will be cut down to size.
It's going to be a tough one to win, though.
Yeah, it is a really... I just look at the setup that Oregon Green even have right now, too, Cruising.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got that player number 4 up in the top bedroom, that's Zip, and then just a little Booyah here to watch the back. Unfortunately for him, Apocalypse is just shooting absolute beams right now with that Krieg 6. He's able to grab another one there. Jugster's Pro trying to make a push on through the back. He's going to fall as well. So, I mean, CU Back doing a great job so far of breaking up this the big hole that Oregon Green had, and now they have a good chance to try to make a pinch onto this hill. Fortunately for them, Mr. Apocalypse is going to fall in the back. That's going to slow down the push quite a bit.
Yeah, Mr. Apocalypse, tough spot to be in. You ended up having Z-Loss that spawned over by Laundry, so a very unfortunate pinch got set up just because you were the last player left alive. But here comes CU Black. Push is good coming through from Kondo. Trades coming on through. Last player left alive is going to be Zip inside of the basketball court. Smokes D-Nerf. Zip finessing, finds 3 straight. 9-4 for them. Clean kill feed. We're down to 1 minute and 5 left, and it's a 4-life lead for Oregon Green. Zip is doing a great job just controlling and answering back in kind. Every single time CU Black try to work their way in, it's always answered back.
Yeah, this is where it gets scary on defense, though. You have to be able to continue to pick up these kills here. If you don't, all it takes for CU Black to be able to get this game is one big clean break. That's all they need, and it's going to be a push through money. But Tavin is up to the task. He grabs 2. Little Booyah finds 1 for himself. It's just Norte by himself here. He's able to find 2, though, so that might be an opening. But those spawns are coming in so close for the side of Oregon Green that it's going to be pretty easy for them to be able to get back on the hill. But Norte able to grab a 3rd. Zip. Oh, Zip grabs 3 for himself, and that's going to be only 25 seconds left now. And it's in that case for CU Black has to just run and try to get on the hill.
Yeah, and again, it's coming down to where you're questioning for the lives, but Oregon Green were able to win an offensive round, so CU Black, they have to answer back. They find 2 kills. 9-6 as far as lives are concerned.
Oh, no.
2 respawns remaining. 1 respawn remaining. D-Nerf 6th, their teammate is able to stay alive. Nice zoning coming through. Clock will be stalled out. 12.6 seconds. Mr. Apocalypse goes prone over by the long chairs, will be traded out. Tavin from the basketball courts, trying to find the angles, trying to get the information, but their teammates are losing their lives for money. Now the stack is going to be good. Just a little bit of progress needed. You got to touch the zone, not in enough time. CU Black. With just about 12 seconds remaining, they find the kills, they zone away. You even found a team kill. You made it easier for Oregon Green to take this back, but they can't find the kills inside of money and from basketball courts. Just too much pressure was drawn.
You're seeing this three-piece that I called out from Zip that was absolutely amazing. And then everything after that just fell to pieces for Oregon Green there on that offense. What did I say in that round? I said it took one clean break from CU Black to get onto the hill, and they didn't even get a clean break, and they were still able to get it. That's how easy it is sometimes to pick up offenses on raid. The stack in this game to get the control ticks, it's insane how much faster you can get them. Zelos is going to get pinged out for first blood in the middle of the map there, and it looks like CU Black is trying to get very aggressive through Zig and just shut this push down for Oregon Green.
Yeah, Jugster's going to hit this all the way home, and that home is inside the garage. Yeah, it's going to get spot through the yellow cart. My Zelos will trade that out. Not a whole lot of map progressions coming out from Oregon Green, but those handful of kills are going to be good. Past the middle of the map, past pit, inside a kitchen we go. Now being able to touch that B-zone, big kill from Tavin. That happened off screen. Zelos has a gunfight ahead of him. Mr. Apocalypse, nice. Quality shots coming out from Zelos. Knows that they got to keep their head on a swivel, but the shot punch from D-Nerf is going to be better. Oregon Green, though, still getting take progress. Over towards B, zoning away Garden. Got players over inside of Tiki. Is going to be It's Norte. CU Black trying to finesse. Tavin will get that kill. Second tick, almost gained. Wants some reinforcements. Zip is inside of Garden trying to zone away anybody that tries to get here from Oregon Green. Jugster was able to find at least one kill, so I don't believe, did the second tick of progress actually come through? It just might have. But as far as the scramble is concerned, not bad for CU Black.
I mean, I would imagine if he hasn't hopped onto it yet, that they've gotten the second tick, right? Yeah, I would imagine the second tick would come through, yeah. So they do indeed get the second tick, but now it's going to be a case of, hey, we got to get on the B and we got to get this soon because we only have 24 seconds left. So they're going to hop on in. Player number 4 is still there. Zip has been playing his life that entire time trying to get onto this. And if you're the side of CU Black, you just completely concede this now. You try to push up and just play exits towards this. You have a great setup here towards A, but Zelos is able to pick up one through the middle of the map. And it's going to be Oregon Green now just trying to make their push up through this left side of the mini map. We'll have to see what they're able to do, but I mean, CU Black is still in a very good position to try to shut this down.
They are. Yeah, absolutely. Nice little shoulder thrown for Diener. Just gets absolutely smoked by Tavin inside of money. Means that the push is going to be coming through from Garden and Jungle. Absolutely. Good 2 kills do come through. 14 lives to the 9 now of CU Black. Opportunity presents itself for Oregon Green to work through the middle of the map, to push themselves past pillars, to potentially get themselves on the A zone, but it's Jugster Pro. Of course, it's Jugster finds 2. Has a handful more players around Spiral. It's not going to be good for another one. Mr. Apocalypse trying to clean up the mess that was made. Unable to do so as well. First tick of progress has been gained. Over by A. Middle of the map. Yeah, that's all Oregon Green, baby. No respawns. Well, just one left alive. Now no respawns remaining. There's the stack coming on through. Third tick of progress might just come on out before It's Norte can even touch the zone in time. Just trying to hold on to these 3 lives, maybe, but the overextension comes through from Oregon Green. They get punished. We're down to 38 seconds remaining, and for the 3 players that are left by for CU Black, would love to be able to close this one out, but 2 kills do come through for Oregon Green. It's just up to D-Nerf in a 1v7 situation. Boy, would this look great in a highlight reel, but it's not going to be the case. Oregon Green are able to win out the offensive round.
Oh my God, I was about to lose full on that player taking that challenge, and then I realized how close the lives, or how close they were to not having any lives left. This challenge right here, Zelos literally could have won the round there, but he tried to take a very aggressive fight on Mr. Apocalypse, who's just been shooting absolute beams all night. I mean, Oregon Green, we've seen 3 offensive wins here. If they can shut down CU Black here, they're right back in this series.
Gonna have to see if that's going to be the case. Oregon Green can successfully win a defense. We will guarantee ourselves a map 4, but nice tracking coming through from Norte. That's going to open up Spiral. Nice push coming through from Jugster. Just always aggressing in your face. Yeah, they're 13 and 17. Prefer an entry SMG. Would love to have that on my team, but Zip answers back. 2 kills inside a kitchen. Second tick of progress will go unanswered over by the A zone. CU Black might just be able to get the entirety of the A zone, but Oregon Green, they're going to try to contest this. Zip tries to slide challenge. And they also have Zelos working their way outside of Laundry will lose their life to the Diamati of Mr. Apocalypse, and now the reinforcements are just too strong, stacking the final take of progress on A, 60 seconds out of the board.
So this is basically exactly what happened last round. We have 2.5 minutes now for Oregon Green, or for CU Black, to make one break onto this B site, and that's already 2 players down. You're going to have player number 2, Little Booyah, up in that top bedroom. But, I mean, is he going to be enough up there? Will he be able to find any of these kills? He picks one up off spawn, but Mr. Apocalypse inside the hill is able to find 2 for himself. D-Nerf running around from behind. The call is going to come through. They're going to find the kill on a Tavin, but he's going to be the only player left alive here. He needs to just play his life, wait for his teammates to come off spawn. Not going to be the case. Zelos able to find one onto him, and I mean, they still got a minute 40 left, though, to try to get this. And like we said before, it's only one break. That's really all you need to get this B site.
Chester just trying to finesse, wants to stay alive. Zip, close spawns, reinforce the B zone. Slow things down here if you're CU Black. Try to find these kills. Your way towards this B zone. Stop that clock. Minute 25 left. Mr. Apocalypse. There's a player close by. Won't be able to find the kill. 2 for 1 trade. Now 2 for 2. Juxter trying to work their way closer towards the zone along with D-Nerf. Unsuccessful. Again, Booyah has been up here for what seems like 50 seconds at this point. Yes, it's only a 3 spree, but it's denying so much space. You can also lock down spawn kills, as you're seeing. Now a 4 spree for Booyah. Oregon Green doing a great job of answering CU Black defensively, that they're in the driver's seat to close out this round. 54 seconds remaining. Life's just damn near even.
Yeah, Jugster Pro is going to have to go big in the middle of the map. Not going to be the case, but they do finally get Little Booyah out of the top bedroom. That's huge. They don't have to worry about the player shooting them in the back now. It's going to be a straight 3-on-4, basically, for this for this site. D-Nerf able to find another one. Just trying to find anything that he can. Jugster's falls as well. It's all falling apart right now for CU Black. 8-8 left on the lives, but they were able to do something remarkable at the very end of the last round. We'll see if they're able to do it again here. Setting it up. It's going to be 6v7. It's not looking great. But as I say that 3 come in, it's only Little Booyah left by himself.
He's inside the money window. Power position. Close respawns. Got players going over towards the cutout wall inside of Garden, but reinforcements not too far out for CU Black. They have no respawns. So this is it. This is your last push. And as well for Oregon Green. They would have loved to close out the map here and send it to a map 4, but it's not going to be the case.
No way
We're going to go to a round number 5. For sure, Little Booyah in a 1v3. The zone is being stacked, and I don't know if you find these 2 kills. It's good for 1. You gotta touch the zone. You gotta stop it in time, but the regen doesn't come through in time. CU Black guarantee us a round number 5.
How have they done that back-to-back round? Can you explain it to me? Because
they just can't keep getting away with this.
I'm just watching this in back-to-back rounds right at the end with like 10 seconds left in the round. They hop onto the hill with no map positioning and are able to find all the kills and just completely wipe out Oregon Green, literally getting it to as close as they can get to losing the round and then coming back and winning it. Oregon Green, man, you had to close it out there. If oh, man.
Again, it's not about finding all the kills. It's about finding the right kills. And the right kills came through for CU Black to be able to get the players out from basketball courts and inside of Mundy. Get themselves the opportunity to get the foothold on the point. But not enough kills to be able to flip the kill disparity. But I don't think CU Black really care.
Oh
I don't think Mr. Apocalypse really cares. 36 and 25. 4 spree for them. The A zone is just surrounded in Mr. Apocalypse. But still, won't be enough. No teammates there. They spawn closer towards the B zone. So they flood over there. Now they're going to be able to shift their focus for the first tick of progress over towards the B zone. Zip hitting through open staircase. We'll love to break things up. Mr. Apocalypse, quality beams coming out of the Crig 6, is able to find themselves another 2. 38 and 26. Second tick of progress gain. Do you chalk this, Oregon Green? You just throw a handful of more lives, but you might just have to give this up. You're throwing a lot of lives. Zelos comes in from the back. Is good for 2. And that means that the B zone won't be fully captured for CU Black.
No, it does indeed mean that, but Zelos is going to have a lot of work to deal with again here. They still haven't even fully gotten that tick off all the way. I was kind of on board with you on chalking that because A now going to go completely to CU Black for free almost. But they shut it down too. They shut down. Oh my God, they shut it down on A as well. So that's going to be a 4-man wipe now for Oregon Green. They haven't allowed a full tick to come on in yet, so I guess a little bit better than their first 2 rounds here. But I would imagine B is very, very close to getting capped up unless Oregon Green is able to go huge once again.
So there's the 60 seconds. Again, cruising. It's not about finding
Oh
all the
my-
kills. It's about finding the right kills and at the right time, as it may be for Oregon Green. But now you're staring down the barrel of only one tick, 1 minute and 48 seconds left to set into a map 4. Oregon Green, they have a 2-life lead. CU Black, they have middle map control. Juxter is able to find Zip. That was over by the money window. So now they're going to slowly work their way through jungle. Are they going to read where Zip ended up spawning out? You would hope so, given they already have players inside of tiles. But that just means that it's going to be immediate middle map control. Oregon Green, they have successfully turtled themselves around the A zone so far, but a pinch is starting to brew. There's Juxter from Laundry, finds C-Loss. You also have player number 6, Mr. Apocalypse. They go down. Juxter tries to hit it through the staircase, unsuccessful.
They got to keep them spawning out exactly where they are right now. If Oregon Green want to be able to pick up this map win, they need to do exactly what they're doing, and that's just keep these players spawning out towards this back garage. Don't let anybody slip on through. Make sure you're counting out all your players here, because it's what needs to happen. Zip takes a look on through. I think he thought he saw one in the window, but as he went to double check on that, so he's going to end up falling. But I mean, here we go. D-Nerf hops on into this hill, and the first tick of progress is going to start to come on in, but Z-Loss was able to find one. It's only one player on the hill, though. They only have 2 lives remaining. This is definitely a chance for Oregon Green, but if Juxter went so big. Literally every time he needed to in this series, Juxter wins it for the side of CU.
Oh, no. No! Oregon Green, no! What?
Oh my god.
He can't keep getting away with this. He's a wanted man. I know I called him the sheriff, but he is a wanted man.
He's a
on
wanted
these
sheriff.
maps. He's a wanted sheriff. He's gonna arrest himself one of these days. I'm telling you. You just can't let that happen. Like, you had middle map control. You had some players trying to finesse, trying to stop that control. You had the life lead. You red dot chase for the life disparity, and we were saying that middle of the map is great, but you were staring down the barrel of only 1 tick progress needed. And yeah, again, of course it's Juxter. Why wouldn't it be Juxter? They earned streaks within the first 30 seconds on the Moscow hard point. And then they come through and they win that final round out. Offensively, it was like a 2v7. It felt like a 1v30 there at the end, and Juxter just wins it on home. Yes, they had a great supporting staff. I'm not going to lie, but Juxter, they say absolutely not, Oregon Green. You will not see a map 4 versus us. We will win out and finish first in this division.
I mean, Juxter had the least amount of kills there for CU Black, but it didn't even matter because he just found all the very influential ones that he absolutely needed to. And like you said, those kills that you need to get are definitely more important than the ones that you do find most of the time. I mean, I'm kind of baffled. I'm thinking back to every one of those rounds, and I feel like that should have been an Oregon Green 5-0 on that control.
Look, I think we just got robbed of a hardpoint garrison, and it was by way of a burglar named Juxter. He's the Jugstergler, the Juxter burglar. Can't keep getting away with this. Wanted, put his face on a wanted poster. I expect that graphic by the morning, Marco. Thank you very much. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do the series. I mean, CU Black coming out of the specific region, all eyes on them. Keep in mind, this is the number 12 ranked overall out of 25 for our power rankings that we put out weekly versus number 21 for Oregon Green. But even though you're within 9 of each other for power rankings, there's still that skill disparity. The ability that we saw from CU Black on that hard point, the way that they were commanding each one of the rotations, also just keeping Oregon getting trapped and spawning in. Contested time, it almost went down to game clock. How decisive they were on the search and destroy on raid, and then the clutch coming out from Juxter there at the end. This team is frightening.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the CU Black team is definitely a team that's going to be continuing to win the championship this year, honestly. And if I'm Oregon Green, I'm going back and I'm watching over this VOD 10 times over to figure out your mistakes that you guys made so you guys can make sure you guys are closing that out. Like I said, there were 3 rounds that you guys lost in that control that are unexcusable to lose in the situations that you guys were in. I mean, if you go back and you look over the rest of the series, just know you guys are going to be playing the CU Black team again in the top half of the bracket or in the top half of next split. So when that comes, just be prepared to play these guys again. And I mean, I think you guys can play them a lot closer, honestly. I think this series Could have gone a lot of different ways. We definitely should have gotten a map 4. I'm right with you. I feel like we got robbed. I'm quite unhappy about it, honestly.
Well, we'll have to see when that reprise ends up coming through in between these two teams, between CU Black and Oregon Green, number 2, Electric Boogaloo. We'll have to see who ends up coming out on top of that one, but that's going to go ahead and do it for College COD here on this Monday evening. Hope you had a great time watching all these matches unfold. Again, Illini Blue fell short versus UNI Gold. Texas State looking quite good versus North Texas. And then again, CU Black were able to beat Oregon Green. But that'll go ahead and do us for tonight, Cruise. And we are all done here for the evening, which means that we will see you tomorrow. Same channel, same time, by the way. We will end up seeing you tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern on College COD. Don't forget, we also have a Bravo stream that goes on. A lot of competition coming towards a conclusion here on Split 1. We dipped our feet a little bit inside of what
the competition's only getting better and better right now.
We got to see what a little bit of that Split 2 has to offer at the beginning of the broadcast, and it's only going to get juicier. It's only going to get spicier. I'm so excited. We hope to see you again tomorrow night. Until then, you guys have a safe and wonderful evening.